Hello, my name is Roger Flynn with First Choice Franchise Concepts. If you found my website, then you've probably got a business model that you feel like is viable and you'd like to franchise it. But before we decide to work together and decide whether or not you have a business model that's franchisable, there's a few questions you'll need to ask yourself first. These are very key questions. First, you must be willing to make a change from your current operational focus to a training, service, and support focus if you're going to be in a franchise system. Second, you need to have a funding model. You need to make sure you have adequate funding to sustain a franchise model. And third, you must be willing to enforce and follow a franchise model. If you can say yes to those questions and answer them that way, then we need to talk. What I want to go over with you in this video is a little bit of questions about your company, share with you what the benefits of franchising are, ask some key questions like the ones I just asked, tell you a little bit about our company, tell you how we work, give you some things to consider, and then some final thoughts. First thing I need to do is find out if we're going to be a good fit for you. So I'm going to pose these questions to you. When we get together, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to ask you what you do. Then we're going to go into detail about how you do it. And then we're going to want to know what makes you different than your competitors. And why franchising? Why have you decided that you can franchise your business or that you even want to franchise your business? Tell you a little bit about benefits of franchising. When you franchise your concept, some of the benefits you get are you get rapid growth at a lower cost. You get staffing that growth by using franchisees. You get greater brand recognition, higher unit sales potential, group buying power, brand leverage, and most importantly, you promote the American dream. Experience has taught us firsthand that any company that's wanting to franchise, they have to ask themselves these simple questions, but very important questions, which I went over earlier. I'll repeat them for you now. Number one, you must be willing to make the change from your current operational focus to a training, service, and support focus. What that means is you need to have a succession plan in place, someone that's going to be able to step in and run your business model now, because when you franchise, there's going to be a whole nother company to run and a whole nother set of responsibilities that you're going to have to take on. You must have a funding plan to launch and sustain a franchise business. It's not cheap to turn your business into a franchise model. You need to have the capital to be able to do this. And third, and most importantly, you must be willing to follow and enforce a franchise business model. That means there's going to be times when you're going to have to come down on a franchisee that's not following the model and make them follow the model. You've got to have that kind of backbone to be able to do that. Our company, First Choice Franchise Concepts, John Batchelor and myself partnered to develop this company. We have a breadth of experience across multiple franchising disciplines, from franchise startup, franchise operations, marketing and branding, franchise sales and development, and franchise relationship management. We're just not a typical consulting firm. We are a true team. We have a complete team that works with us in all these different disciplines. We only work with a few clients at a time. When we develop a model, we will not work with another type of business within your business segment. You will be a very select customer to us. Our commitment to our clients, we will assess the feasibility of your concept with no strings attached. What I mean by that is when we finish our feasibility study, there is a go, no-go decision from you and from us. Your investment is only to that point. So you're not giving us this huge amount of money to build a franchise model if it's not viable to become a franchise model. We will provide honest and realistic assessment of your concept. To be honest with you, we turn away more people than we work with. A lot of people feel like they have a franchise model that's ready to be franchised, but at the end of the day, when we do the analysis of it, it's not ready for prime time yet. Some people don't want to hear that. There are consultants out there that'll, doesn't matter if you pay them the money, they'll give you documents and tell you that you're a franchise. You may never sell the first franchise because your concept and your model is not ready. We will, if requested, provide you a customized proposal designed to allow you to achieve a quick return on investment. We will provide weekly status updates to ensure your expectations are met, and we will provide turnkey implementation options if requested. We sequence our work in phases, and every job starts with 2 initial assessments. The discovery and feasibility study is what's done first. It limits your financial exposure. It provides a go, no-go decision framework and allows you and us to decide the next step. Is my business franchisable? This chart will show you exactly how we work. Our first assessment phases are discovery and feasibility. If at that point we have determined that your business is viable and you and I decide to move forward, then we go into our service offering phases. Franchise program and FDD, franchise policies and operations manuals, vision and staffing plan, franchise sales and development, a training program. We look at your technology and we look at marketing and key messages. And then actually the project management implementation timeline. We've launched your franchise, you're up and running. We're going to still be around to help you in that phase as well. Our typical engagement phases, and this is what's very important. You'll be hard-pressed to find consultants that will give you the detail of deliverables that you're going to get through this process. A lot of consultants out there in our industry come from a sales background and they feel like just getting an FDD and a minimal operations manual in order to sell is adequate enough to launch a franchise. There's more than that involved in a successful franchise model. And I want to go through these deliverables and show you what we provide in the depth and breadth of our engagement. The first phase we mentioned was the discovery phase. The scope of that work is a current state evaluation of your business. We will come in and we will assess your business offering. We'll give a general review of operational practices and policies. We'll assess stated key differentiators. We'll assess potential franchise revenue streams and determine franchisee operations cost and income potential. The deliverables in this phase will be a franchise concept analysis report, preliminary investment range and projections, and a go, no-go decision framework. The feasibility study, the scope of this is to assess the franchising potential of the concept. We will provide a competitive benchmarking analysis, an industry and market potential assessment. We'll look at the target territory assessment, the initial technology assessment. We'll look at any state regulations and adherence assessment that needs to be applied to your business model. We'll give an assessment of the financial viability of the offering, a franchise fee evaluation, a franchise concept positioning from a marketing of the franchise standpoint, to a franchise unit cost projections. Will give a range from a low to a high on startup cost of a franchise model. We'll show you initial staffing requirements and target owner assessment. Who are the proper owners for this business? In the feasibility study, our deliverables will be a franchise feasibility analyst report, an implementation cost schedule, a franchise fee determination, a franchisee startup cost determination, marketplace positioning, target owner profile, and a go, no-go decision. Phase 3 of our program is developing your franchise program and your FDD or franchise disclosure documents. The scope of this work is the development of the franchise offering. Under that scope, we will look at the territory formulation criteria, fee structure, initial investment range, advertising program and advertising fund, performance requirements and targets, contractual terms, and a franchise attorney review. The deliverables during this phase will be a franchise disclosure document from one of our franchise attorneys that we work closely with on our team, a customized franchise agreement from the same, disclosure tracking documentation. Phase 4 consists of the franchise policies and operations manuals. The scope of this work is to develop the franchise operational process. We will look at what the initial launch guidelines are, franchisee benchmarking program, general operations policies and procedures, staffing policies, not only for employment and a contractor-based business, position description, emergency planning, operations policies, marketing strategies and tactics, advertising standards, licensure protocols, franchisee daily schedule, day in the life. We will also be addressing your daily operations issues, reporting policies and procedures, royalty revenue and reporting, franchisor and franchisee obligations, contiguous territory policy, and other things that will go into the operations manuals. The deliverables will be a multi-volume operations manual. We're looking at 6 to 7 volumes of an operations manual, not a mere 100 to 150 pages worth. We're looking at thousands of pages of a very detailed operations manual. Customized operations forms, adult learning maps, flow charts for key processes. We will also do video of key processes as well. We'll also provide you with a vision and staffing plan. The scope of this is to document the vision and develop a staffing plan, help you develop a mission, vision, and values of your company, determine key success measures, identification of current and future roles, position accountabilities and responsibilities, staffing cost estimates, implementation timeline, and a recruiting steps by position. The deliverables in this segment will be mission and vision and values, future state vision, gap analysis, position description, staffing budget, staffing milestone schedule, and a recruiting program. Phase 6 will be the franchise sales and development program in your franchise model. The scope of this is the sales program. We will develop your sales system, your candidate selection, frequently asked questions, the application process, candidate profiling, background screening, discovery day, lead generation, a broker network strategy, web and internet marketing. The deliverables in sales and development will be a franchisor sales and development manual with reference guides, correspondence templates, application package, interview guidelines, a discovery day program, and process flow charts of the sales process. Phase 7, we will develop your training program. The training curriculum is the scope. We'll provide you with quick start training, which is pre-classroom training, classroom training, fundamentals and application reinforcement, on-site training, ongoing franchise owner education. The deliverables in Phase 7 will be a quick start training program and checklist, a classroom course syllabus and instructor guidelines, fundamentals and application training syllabus, on-site assessment checklist, an annual review protocol, franchisee roundtable program, and continuing education topics and timeline for 1 year. Phase 8 is enabling technology. The scope of this work will be around the franchise technology program, financial needs IT assessment, operational needs IT assessment, client relationship needs IT assessment, social media IT assessment, evaluation of technology applications. The deliverables will be cost and leverage pricing analysis, recommendation from a good, better, and best standpoint, implementation timeline, and a leverage contract negotiation. Phase 9, marketing and key messages. The franchisor marketing program, competitor brand analysis. We will provide positioning concept, key feature and benefits analysis, appreciation marketing options, internet and social media options, and advertising options. Deliverables, a franchisor positioning statement, key product and service differentiators, key messages, 12-month franchisor marketing plan, and budget options. Then we have our implementation timeline, which is identification of key milestones, sequencing of implementation by phases, identification of potential schedule threats, 2 4-hour review sessions via GoToMeeting. The deliverables here will be milestone scheduling, listing of potential threats by phase, and 2 review sessions up to 8 hours. Some questions to consider before moving forward. Is franchising right for you? Answering those 3 questions, are you willing to make that commitment? If so, when would you like to be up and running? Are you able to devote sufficient time to work with our consultants to develop your franchise system? Would you like to know more about outsourcing options to operate your franchise system in whole or in part? At First Choice Franchise Concepts, here's our difference. We understand firsthand the challenges of franchising a business. We offer upfront assessments to determine franchising viability. We develop franchise programs that work. They're customized, they're proven, they're process-focused, and they're outcome-based. You're committed to doing the right job for your ultimate success. You will always be a big fish in our pond. You will get the attention you deserve. Thank you for looking at this video about First Choice Franchise Concepts and what we earn. If you're serious about franchising your business and you want to partner with a consulting firm that is very detailed and very process driven, then give either myself or my partner John Batchelor a call. Our goal is to help you bring your franchise dream to life. Thank you.